Hey everyone, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So it is the first week of the month, and normally this video gets posted on the first Tuesday of the month, but I did something a little bit longer form with my 13 days of Halloween vlog on Halloween Day, so I decided to let that one breathe a little bit so you guys could check that out. And so today, though it's the first Thursday of the month, we are still talking my top 5 home media releases that I need to own for the month of November. So there are quite a handful of things coming out again this month. Maybe not as big or as good as a month as October, but there's still a lot of things in here that I would love to own eventually. Given everything going on in my life right now, I doubt I'll be grabbing all of these right now, and especially because we have Black Friday coming up. I'm sure that's going to take some precedent over these new titles, but either way, these are the ones that I have to have in my collection at some point in my life here. So let's get into this, guys. Before we do, if you have a second, hit that like button. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to the 5 November home media releases I need to own. Okay, so I'll start with my honorable mentions, and I'll mention I have my phone here to go through all of these so I don't miss anything. I'll go through the honorable mentions in release order. So the first ones that came out this Tuesday, November 1st, is Starship Troopers from Sony Pictures. This, of course, is getting a beautiful 4K steelbook. So this is one that I only own on DVD, and I've never seen it. So I absolutely want to grab this one at some point. It is currently $27.99 on Amazon as of filming. And then also out on this past Tuesday, so November 1st, there's a dual feature, or I'm going to talk about two, I guess I'll say. We have Elf and A Christmas Story, both of these being released by Warner Brothers on 4K, making their 4K debuts. I love both of these movies. It is a family tradition to watch the 24 hours of A Christmas Story every single year, and Elf is just one of my favorites of all time. So I only own... I don't even think I own A Christmas Story, actually. I have Elf on DVD only, so these are two I'll probably pick up. I'm hoping for a little bit of a price drop, though. These are currently about $27.99 on Amazon, again, when I did my research here. But yeah, both are native 4K and have HDR color grading, but there's nothing special on the audio side, so keep that in mind if that matters to you. But I mean, these are family Christmas movies, so... what do you really expect? Next up, coming out on November 15th from Paramount Pictures. This is going to be on Blu-ray and 4K. Halo Season 1. Now, I know this show got so much hate when it released, but honestly, I liked what I saw. Now, I only had Paramount Plus for a very short amount of time. It was a free trial, and so I only got through the pilot episode, but I liked the pilot episode quite a lot. I really enjoyed it. So because of that, I want to pick this one up. Now, it is currently $50.99 on Amazon with a steelbook variant that is $58.99, but it looks like those are the MSRP prices, so it might actually be cheaper if you go to look at this point, right now, I guess. Could be cheaper. So I will get this when it drops to around $30 or less, I guess, on 4K. But yeah, looking forward to adding this one to the collection because I'm one of the few that at least enjoyed the pilot episode, which I feel like everybody watched the pilot and then just stopped right there. The other thing I enjoyed, Resident Evil. It sucks that show was canceled on Netflix. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Next up is inarguably the greatest Thanksgiving movie of all time. This is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles from Paramount Pictures, coming out on November 22nd. And another one that's getting its 4K debut. And another one I just do not own. I used to watch this movie a lot when I was much, much younger. My uncle had it on VHS, and whenever I was at his house, I would pop it in because it's amazing. Absolutely fantastic movie. This is getting a Dolby Vision color grading, so this one should look amazing. Cannot wait to pick this one up. I'll most likely be grabbing this one. It's only $21.99 right now on Amazon, so not a bad price on this one either, which is cool. And then last but not least, my last but not least honorable mention is one that should have made my top 5 if I could have found more information. So this is Train to Busan, which comes out on October 29th from Well Go USA. This is making its 4K debut. So this is one of the greatest zombie movies of the past decade, easily. It is a fantastic zombie film. I loved it when I saw it. And the only reason this is not in my top 5 is because Well, this isn't the reason, but one, it is an upscaled 4K image, so keep that in mind. I know that bugs some people. I honestly couldn't care less, so that's not the reason I'm not getting it. But nothing in here lists any HDR at all. And so I fear that this is going to be an expensive release at $29.99, and it's not going to have any HDR color grading whatsoever, which is just super disappointing. So I'm holding off. I'm going to wait for some reviews to come out on this one before I end up picking it up. But if it turns out that it just wasn't listed on like bluray.com or wherever, then so be it. I'll probably pick it up. But if it's true, I'm going to have to wait and see what the reviews say. So Train to Busan is November 29th, and that is the last of my honorable mentions. So now I'm going to go through my top 5 releases from my least most anticipated down to my most anticipated. Coming in at number 5 this month is going to be something from The Asylum. You guys know I love The Asylum. This is Sharknado, the complete collection, which is films from 2013 to 2018, and it's being released by Cinedigm. And fortunately, because it's a Thursday, not a Tuesday, I actually already have this one because it came out November 1st. So this is the full 6-film collection of Sharknado, which is really cool they re-released this because as far as I know, the only other way to get this in the States was a Steelbook edition that came out, but that thing is ridiculously overpriced for what it is. So I'm so happy they released this. Now, I have opened this up just to check out what was in here, and unfortunately, all 6 films are spread across 2 Blu-ray discs. So, yeah, not the best way to handle this, but it is what it is. It's Asylum films. Like, it's going to be totally fine. I will also mention there are no special features on here at all. I don't think there's even any audio options. Like, there's the standard track. You put your Blu-ray disc in the player, the menu pops up and it says Sharknado, Sharknado 2, Sharknado 3, and then obviously 4, 5, 6 for disc 2. You click it and it is immediately into the movie. Like there's nothing to this. This is as bare bones as it gets. But this was only $19.99 on Amazon for 6 ridiculous movies. Now, admittedly, Sharknado is not my favorite of The Asylum. I think it's okay, but this is what The Asylum has become known for, is this absurd series. They put them on the map, so to speak. So this is really cool to have this collection, and as someone who is a Asylum fan, I am very happy to add Sharknado, the complete collection, to my physical media collection. Unfortunately, there are no special features at all, but hey, for $20, that's not too bad for 6 films. So number 5 this week, one I already picked up, Sharknado, and this one came out on November 1st from Cinedigm. Also released on November 1st is number 4 on my list from 1987, and I did pick this one up already. This is Schwarzenegger in The Running Man. Now, this is the 4K steelbook of this. You can actually see it has a slip cover on it. Take a look at the back there. Really cool slip, but the star of the show here is this amazing steelbook. I love this thing. It is gorgeous. The front, the back, and then I will open it up because on the inside, I'll take off the digital code for now and the disc so you guys can see it on the inside. I mean, yeah, just classic. I love this movie. So this is a movie that I saw the first time. I think we watched it for the Cinefessions podcast, if I'm not mistaken, and I actually didn't like it. I don't know what my problem was, but I didn't enjoy it. Then I read the book that it's based off of, because of course this is based off a Stephen King novel, and then I watched the movie again, and I fell in love with the movie. I actually like the movie more than the book. Now, mind you, they are notably different. They are very different experiences, but the film is just 80s action cheese to the max, and it's fantastic. So this 4K release, though, let's talk about this. So this is $27.99 on Amazon, and it does have Dolby Vision color grading and HDR10, which is great. No Dolby Atmos track. And in fact, it does have the 5.1 DTS HD master audio track. But there's a Blu-ray that came out that actually has a 7.1 track that this one does not have. Also missing from this, any semblance of special features whatsoever, which is super disappointing. This is making its 4K debut here in the United States, but there's actually a German 4K release that seems to be the one to get. And remember, all 4K media is region free. So basically, you're just going to have to pay for the import of it, which I actually checked on Amazon, and it's about the same price buying it from Amazon.com right now, so the United States Amazon, as it is to pick up this one. So honestly, you might want to go that route if you don't absolutely love this Steelbook like I do. But that German 4K has the biggest set of special features because it combines both there's like a 2010 Blu-ray and a later one. It combines the special features from those, everything as far as I could tell, and it has all of the audio track options, the 7.1 track, and there is a 2.0 track as well, if I'm not mistaken. So the German 4K seems to be the way to go if you want to get it, but if you do want the Steelbook, you'll have to go with this one, which unfortunately is bare bones. So a little bit disappointing that there's nothing on this, but it is what it is. The Steelbook's gorgeous. I love the movie. I didn't have it in my collection. Very happy to add this one. So this one came out on November 1st, so that one's going to come in at number 4, The Running Man. All right, so everything else I don't have in the collection yet, but hopefully I will soon. So coming in at number 3 is the 1992 film Reservoir Dogs, and this is being released by Lionsgate Films on November 15th on 4K. So I love Reservoir Dogs, and I'm so excited that we are getting more Tarantino on 4K. Finally going back to his back catalog of films. Obviously his newest one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I do own that one in 4K, but the others have not yet been released, but we're starting with Reservoir Dogs. Pulp Fiction comes next month. Spoiler, it's going to be on my top 5, if not number 1, because I love that movie. But this is the 30th anniversary edition of Reservoir Dogs, and this one is a little bit divisive because some people just really don't like the Steelbook. Myself, I plan to go the Steelbook route, assuming it's available when I get to the store, but yeah, this might be one that you prefer the slipcover edition to, which frankly, I think they both look really good, so it's going to be completely up to you. But yeah, this is one that has it's a native 4K transfer, Dolby Vision, HDR10 color grading, and it has a Dolby True HD 5.1 track, which I believe is actually on my Blu-ray here behind me, so nothing new on the audio side. But it looks like I'm going to hold on to that DVD I picked up recently, that like Canteen, I guess it was like a gasoline can DVD, which was really cool. I found that at Disc Replay for pennies, basically, because the special features on there are a lot more plentiful than what we get on this current release. So on this release on 4K, it looks like there is deleted scenes and then 2 featurettes. So not a ton, but you know, it might be enough for some people. And frankly, if you don't watch the special features, I mean, who cares anyway? So this one is going for, actually, I was not able to find a price on this one. So hopefully I'll put it up here if I was able to see a price on it. But when I looked, when I was doing my research, it just didn't have a price listed on Amazon for some reason. I don't know what was going on there. But anyway, yeah, this is one I'm very excited for and I have to grab this month. November 15th from 1992, Reservoir Dogs. Coming in at number 2 is one where the 4K specs aren't that impressive, but because I don't own it on Blu-ray already, and I utterly love this movie, I have to pick this one up. This is from 2002, being released by Universal Studios. 8 Mile is getting its 4K debut. So this is a movie that, like I said, I love this one. When this thing came out back in 2002, it was an event here in Detroit. Like, it was gigantic, and I loved it. I saw it in theaters, of course, while I was in high school with my friends. We loved it. I've seen it since then. It's a good movie. I am a huge, gigantic Eminem fan, so it is what it is. I love this movie. And this is one, like I said, the specs are not terribly impressive, but because I only actually recently picked it up on DVD, because I owned it when it first released on DVD, but it was the full screen edition. I just didn't know any better at the time. And so I picked it up again recently on widescreen DVD, but I never grabbed the Blu-ray yet because I heard that this 4K was coming. So definitely grabbing this one. And like I said, the specs, mediocre. It's an upscaled 4K image, which again, I don't care about, but some people do. And there is only HDR10 color grading, so no Dolby Vision on this one. But I don't know, I think it'll still look great because a lot of this movie takes place at night. So yes, the Dolby Vision would have helped with that, but you know, at least we're getting some HDR color grading on this. On the audio side, this one has a DTS-X soundtrack along with a DTS HD Master Audio 7.1 track. So no Dolby Atmos on this one, but honestly, like, Dolby Atmos, I think action movies, and this is not that. So I think this is going to be totally fine here. This one does have, it's like a Groove, G-R-U-V special edition steelbook that you can get. I'm not sure what the price is on that one, but on Amazon, you can pick it up as well. And I will have to put the price here. I was slacking when I was doing my research, apparently. I forgot to write the price down on this one too. But yeah, this one is coming on November, what's the date on this one? November 8th. So just a few days from now. I am very much looking forward to adding 8 Mile to the collection. And then coming in at number 1, which you may have been able to guess because I haven't talked about it yet, Pearl from 2022 from Lionsgate Films, coming out on November 15th on Blu-ray. So if you guys follow the channel closely, you might remember my review of X, which I utterly loved. And so you knew Pearl was going to be on here. And just because it is a movie I love so much, I am so excited to see this prequel to X, where we follow the character of Pearl and her growing up. So really looking forward to checking this one out. I've heard mixed things, but I heard mixed things about X and absolutely loved it. So have high expectations for this one. This is one that there's not a ton of different special features, but there are 2 featurettes plus some trailers. So not a lot here, but again, I'm putting this one at number 1 for the movie itself because I'm very, very excited to see this one. This will definitely be a day 1 purchase for me, assuming that the price goes to a regular price, because right now it's $30.40 on Amazon, which again is the MSRP. So I'm sure this will be cheaper once it hits Blu-ray on release date. But yeah, very much looking forward to this one. I'll try to remember to link my review to X down below, because that should give you an idea why this ended up at number 1. I utterly loved it, the original. So very excited to check out the sequel to X, Pearl. So that one is coming in on Blu-ray at number 1 for the month of November. All right, so those are the releases that I am most anticipating in this upcoming month here. But let me know down below, what are you looking forward to? What are you planning on picking up? Is there anything that you might wait for a sale on? Let me know what you're thinking about. And then Black Friday's coming right around the corner, so I'm sure some of these will probably take a back seat just because I'm going to spend a lot of money on Black Friday purchases. I always do, so I know I will this year too. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on these honorable mentions and my top 5 and anything else down in the comments below. I always appreciate all the comments down there, so thanks for that. But as always, guys, if you enjoyed this one, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. And if you get a chance and you haven't yet, please check out my 13 days of Halloween vlog. It is stupidly long, but you can like skip around it. I did put chapters in it, so hopefully I'll make it a little bit easier to navigate. But I would definitely appreciate it if you had a chance to check that one out. But anyway, guys, that is it for today. Thanks again for watching this one. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time.